One of the new sculpt layer specific brushes that's been added to 3D Coat's Sculpt Workspace is the Magnify brush. This is essentially a sculpt room version of the very same height adjustment tool in the Paint Workspace, which has magnification or reduction capabilities. This allows for localized adjustments to the depth level of any given layer. For example, if I have some depth information on this one, I can adjust the height level across the entire layer by scrubbing the depth slider. The height adjustment tool allows me to modulate this with my brush in a localized fashion. So let's go ahead and use a different draw mode here. With magnification, as the name implies, it's going to magnify the depth. Let's use a different draw mode, or different brush alpha, I should say. So I'm going to undo and just brush. Then if I want to reduce that, I can check reduction. Let me go into the Sculpt Workspace and we'll see how that works here. I'm going to go up to this layer and I'll hide the other one. So let me use a different brush to create some wrinkles here real quick. And in the E panel, I'll check my depth limit, make it about 15. I'll hold down the control key to invert the action. And then I'm going to choose a different brush alpha real quick. Okay. So let's go back to a different brush alpha. And I'll hit my E key to bring the E panel to me and choose one of these first draw modes. I should mention the absolute draw mode removes brush pressure modulation, so it's constant regardless of how hard you push down, whereas these are modulated according to your brush pressure level. So I'll choose the second one, and I will switch to Magnify. I will go ahead and brush on the outer edges. Now I can hold down the control key and it will reduce the depth level here toward the center. Or I could reduce it here. So as I mentioned, you could use the depth opacity slider to increase or decrease across the entire layer, but this lets you just go ahead and change that with your brush. And I need to mention something that's very important. If you are using this height adjustment or magnification reduction brush in the Paint Workspace, if you switch to reduction and then hold down the control key while you're in the Sculpt Workspace, it's going to invert the action. So just keep in mind that this brush is pretty much linked together with the Magnify brush. So whatever mode you have selected here, when you hold down the control key, it's going to invert the action. Let's go ahead and choose reduction. If I go back to the Sculpt Workspace, choose Magnify, and when I hold down the control key, instead of it reducing magnification, it's actually going to increase it. And that also naturally means I'm actually in reduction mode rather than magnification if that is the tool chosen here. Okay, so let's go back to the Sculpt Workspace. Magnify layers. Left mouse click and drag. It's reducing by default. hold down the control key and it's increasing or magnifying. All right, so just keep that in mind. That's a quick look at the Magnify brush in 3D Coat's Sculpt Workspace. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.